So, we're back. The first thing that we have to do is correct a mistake.
Yes, we must go back.
It was a mistake that I made.
Yes.
I skipped King Ramses' second question.
Yes, you did.
Yes, I did.
It was your fault.
Chronix caught it, so now we are going to remedy the situation by answering your question.
Just so great like that.
And the question we skipped was, if you had to choose any wrestler to face Undertaker at WrestleMania 29, who would he be?
And how could you skip such a great question?
I don't know, because it was a good question.
Who would he be? I guess it would have to be a guy, right? I mean,
yeah.
Probably so. But that is a hard question.
It's very difficult.
Because in the past, he's had Shawn Michaels twice in great matches, one of them being the end of his career. I'm talking about, huge match. And then two with Triple H, both
were awesome.
Yes,
well, the first Triple H one wasn't.
Well, to me it was. Both of them were awesome matches in their own way. And they were both epic matches, and they were, even the second one was the end of an era. Whatever that means, I'm not really sure. But it was that. It was a big, big match.
Yes, it was.
So now we get to WrestleMania 29. And we've already had the 20-0 streak, so now we're moving into the 21-0 area,
Do you think they're going to have a streak match?
I mean, I think so. It just seems...
I think it's possible that they won't.
Well, I mean, from every report I've heard everywhere, it's pretty much set in stone.
Oh, okay.
So, we just have to assume that match is actually taking place. So, that brings the question, what he asked, who would it be? Because we've already had all these epic matches, and, it's like every time he goes, it seems like it's got to be that much more important. I mean, we can't just have, a random match like in the past with A-Train and Mark Henry or whatever.
So I just don't know who it could be.
Yeah, because, I mean, there's, who's the big people? We got Sheamus, but there's no way. I mean, and that's just not going to happen. I mean, Daniel Bryan,
no.
And it's not going to be Kane again.
No.
And there's no young guy that could be I'm going to prove you wrong like Randy Orton did,
I mean, there's Dolph.
No, but I mean, but new. They're breaking through the ice.
Oh, no.
They're on the rise up. And this is going to be what's going to solidify them as a big time deal. And we've said in the past 2 years, talking about that they probably won't do a storyline like that ever now, because it's well, what if he puts over somebody on their rise up and then they go to TNA and then it looks horrible? Because it's I beat the Undertaker, you know what I mean?
It's true.
So
your nail looks extra good right now. Sorry.
Does it really?
I just had to touch it.
Well, so the only person I can possibly even think of as a likely candidate would be CM Punk.
No.
He's on top right now.
No.
He's been champion forever. He demands respect. It's a perfect fit. Because
but it's not even believable. Because the Undertaker could squash that puny little man like a bug.
It could have been Brock Lesnar, but Brock Lesnar has other issues. He has Triple H to deal with. Triple H beat him, and Triple H went, "Oh, I guess I can't wrestle anymore because I lost." And obviously that means that he's gonna have his redemption against Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. I mean, it seems obvious to me. I could be wrong, but I can't see anybody else, because there's nobody else big enough that he hasn't already faced that's still there.
But it would suck.
It would.
Suck.
And plus, he, I think, the Undertaker, I've heard, likes CM Punk.
Why?
I don't know. I guess probably because he's good at working people into believing everything he says is for real legit. You know what I mean?
I guess.
But I don't know. Probably backstage and all that. Well, who knows? But I don't see anybody else that it could be. And plus, CM Punk and The Undertaker, I think, could have a good match. It would be weird.
I couldn't even believe that for one tiny little second.
Why? Because
CM Punk is the size of a 12-year-old boy. And The Undertaker is this behemoth badass that's just been raining hell and kicking ass for 20 years. And he's going to fight this, 15-year-old gas station attendant with a fluffy beard. Does that compute in your head?
It doesn't when you put it like that.
Thank you.
Because, I mean, The Undertaker has beaten Hulk Hogan in, 91. And he's, had this reign of terror. and he was jacked.
And the 15-year-old gas station attendant's going to take him down.
And he beat up everybody, like, believably.
Exactly.
He beat, like, everybody.
Exactly.
He has ended Shawn Michaels' career.
Exactly.
At the end of the era match with Triple H, it was amazing.
Exactly.
And plus, the Undertaker is a submission. He is very, well, I wouldn't say he's a submission guy, but he's very good with submissions. He's made a lot of guys tap with his Hell's Gate and various other types of moves. What are you doing?
The sun in the window is, like, really, really bothering me.
I'm sorry.
So, I was going to go over there and, like, shut the curtain or something, but I wasn't sure if we could. But you can go ahead, continue. I'll just look this way.
Okay. So I think that would be the only person it could be. But
even though it doesn't compete in your head, it doesn't make any sense.
Well, yes, I would have an issue with believing it to be a legit match. Because I would just be like, why doesn't The Undertaker just pop this guy's head off of his shoulders? Exactly. You know what I'm saying? But I really honestly can't think of anybody better than that. Can you? What, is he going to fight The Miz? Dolph Ziggler? I mean...
There's just nobody worthy right now.
Not right now. But if something had been built up...
What about Cena?
You know, that is... You know what? That is what I would say. You know, I forgot about him. Because people would think that there's no way Cena is going to lose. And which is kind of weird to me. Because, I don't know. But I guess because he beat Brock Lesnar or whatever. But,
Brock Lesnar's lame anyways.
But I just... Yeah, Cena I think would be a good deal. Because I think people
better than CM Punk.
I think that people...
come on.
I think people would believe that Cena would just be like... And do the five-knuckle circle and actually beat The Undertaker. Which would never happen. But I think people would believe
But
that.
at least John Cena looks like he could take Undertaker. I'm not saying, like, kick his ass. But could at least put up a decent fight.
Yeah. Well, okay, when you talk about size, though, here's the thing. CM Punk is small. But... I remember distinctly when Jeff Hardy had that ladder match with The Undertaker on Raw, you could believe it. Not because you could believe Jeff Hardy could legitimately beat The Undertaker, but the fact that Jeff Hardy was so tough and he kept coming back, and no matter how bad he got beat, he kept coming back.
But CM Punk's not tough. He whines like a child.
Well, he's been champion for like 4 years.
But he's not tough because he whines. He does not have a tough guy persona. Like, Jeff Hardy has that, like he used to have that, like, I'm, like, crazy, and I'm gonna kill you because I'm crazy, like, kind of thing.
A little bit.
You know what I mean? Like, I could believe that. Like, CM Punk just stands up and cries all the time.
But don't you think...
I'm not getting a chance, and no one loves me. That's, like, all his promos.
Well, don't you think that Punk, like... Since he does his kicks and his little martial art types things and his submissions, that gives him like a little bit of, you know, like I'm kind of MMA-like.
Yes, I do think he's MMA-like.
That I could beat you that way. But see, that's the thing, because Undertaker has fully adopted that kind of mantra of MMA type thing. You know, he's wearing the gloves and he, you know, I don't know, he kind of like shifted that way a little bit.
He has like a little bit of that look now, but he's not adopted that in his style.
But I mean, like, his punching, his boxing, he's incorporated the boxing and some MMA-like things as he's progressed in his career. So, from that point of view, I would be like, well, I mean, Undertaker has, like, refined this to a T, and Punk is, like, a newer guy that probably would get beat up.
Exactly. He will probably get beat up, so it's not a believable match.
But I think most people would just be like, I love you, Punk, so much that I will accept anything. I'm sure that most
people would think it was the greatest thing ever.
Because, you know,
I wouldn't.
Because, like, I think that they could...
I'd rather see him fight John Cena.
Because I think that fans would believe CM Punk beating The Undertaker and Triple H at the same time. You know what I mean? But, I think the two most likely scenarios would be Cena and Punk. But I don't think
that... Cena's going to have The Rock, though, isn't he?
Probably, at WrestleMania. So that's why I'm saying Punk. I think Punk will probably lose the title and face The Undertaker.
I just think that'll suck. Alright.
I'll go fix the thing for you.
Thank you, honey. I'm sorry, it's just like shining, like, it's kind of like bouncing off the mirror or something. I don't know what's happening.
Like this? Like this?
Thank you. It was pretty much just that side. So you might be able to open that other side. Yeah, that's good. Thank you, babe. Okay. Frank Gibson says, hey, What WWE matches would y'all like to see in the future or this year? Well, I know what I would like to stop seeing.
Didn't you
What
already
I would
answer
like-
this question?
You said that we had to do it again.
Oh,
because
we
the
ran
video
out of
got
time.
cut off.
Okay.
What I would like to stop seeing is the Big Show
Yeah.
versus anyone. I would also like to stop seeing Randy Orton versus anyone. You have like something on your lip.
It's part of my lip,
Oh, okay.
just so you know.
Okay. But as far as what I would like to start seeing,
I like to see the primetime players a little bit more.
yeah, they're pretty cool.
Like the Shield. Maybe less Cena matches. I don't know, man. I would like to see Dolph Ziggler in some big time matches.
Dolph Ziggler, yeah.
You know,
I
that
would like
be
to see
cool.
The Miz wrestle more.
Instead of doing his talking thing.
Yeah, because I mean he's a good talker, but I'd like to see him, do something.
Yeah. And where's Kofi Kingston?
Yeah, that's true. Where did Kofi go?
He lost his title and he kind of hadn't had that many matches. So much. I don't know. But, yeah, I don't know of any, like, dream matches right now that... I really can't think of any, because, I mean, The Rock's going to come back and do his little thing. But, I don't know.
I don't know. Okay.
I want to see the Rumble, I know that.
I
want to see the Undertaker's match.
Yeah. Diva Lover 159 says, if you both had a dream WrestleMania match, who would it be against and why?
Like us?
Yeah, I guess like us fighting somebody.
Who would you have a dream match against? I would fight the Undertaker.
That's cool.
At WrestleMania. That would be awesome, because I would be one of those people.
Who would I fight?
You would probably fight Brock Lesnar in a submission match.
No.
What? Is that not believable? I'm just asking. You just kick him right where it hurts.
It's true.
Right in his product placement.
Going from that, I think I would actually like to fight CM Punk. Because then he gets his ass kicked by a girl, and all these people would stop telling me how tough he is.
You really think you could beat him?
Yes.
Either.
Because while he was standing up there crying about how nobody cared about him, I could just walk up, hit him where it hurts, done.
Right in the lucky stars.
Right in the lucky stars. Probably 2 or 3 times. Stomp on his face. And then he'd be done. And then I would just walk off. That would be the end of the match. And then he'd stand up and he'd cry about how he didn't get a fair chance. And then I would just stand in the front of the crowd and do this like Stone Cold used to do.
So,
that's what I imagined in my head.
Now, when we went to TNA, was there any wrestlers there that you thought that you could legit beat too as well?
Yes.
There was Christopher Daniels, but...
I don't know these people's names.
Remember the bald guy was Christopher Daniels?
I think did I like him?
Yeah, you liked him.
Yeah, no, so he was cool.
What about their champion?
Austin Aries?
Yeah.
Yeah, I could have beat him.
Could you beat Jeff Hardy?
No, I don't think so. Maybe, though, because he's all old and flabby and fat now.
He's not that fat.
Fat-ish.
Well...
I don't know.
I'd fight The Undertaker.
I mean, that'd be cool.
I always wanted to have, like, if I was a wrestler, I'd have a match with The Undertaker. I mean, I like Shawn Michaels, but if I had to choose anybody, it'd be The Undertaker.
I can see that. It's very cool.
Any point of his career. I don't care. He could beat me with the purple gloves, Ministry of Darkness. Well, I'm not really a huge fan of his bald thingy, but I would take that. Kitty!
I mean, I don't know, though. I mean, that'd be fun to fight, like, Edge or something, or Shawn Michaels, or, I don't know, I mean, they just kick my ass and that'd be the end of it, but...
Well, I mean, they could have, it's not, like, legit, so...
I know.
You could still win.
I don't know. Anyways, I don't really know. Definitely not any girls, because...
You don't have a Divas match? What about with Lita?
No.
What about with Trish Stratus? Why not?
Because nobody cares.
No, they used to care.
But they don't care now.
Well, you could just go back in time.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyways. Thrashmaniac99 says, what's up, guys?
What's up?
Here are my questions for both of you. Number 1. Did you guys like any other death metal bands besides Cannibal Corpse and 6 Feet Under? I don't even like 6 Feet Under. I pretty much just like Cannibal Corpse.